Hello there, welcome to my channel. I'm Angela from artery.com. I have to apologise first off for the lighting. I'm filming this on a night, so I have my ring light on and I have the main light on in the craft room. So I'm sorry for all the shadows and things like that, but I haven't been able to finish to film the video before now, so sorry about that. So a few months ago I came across this. I don't know if you can see it because of the light. It's a Spellbinders Coastal Escape View cutting dies, and I just fell in love with it. I love anything beachy, anything coastal. I just absolutely fell in love with it. I went looking on a few videos and tutorials, and there's so many ways that you can use this set. And what I decided to do was this. This is my very first attempt making one of these. It's what's known as a shadow box card. I have never made one of these before, and that's why there will be a few mistakes, as I will show you. But not only do you have, it fits in an envelope. This is what the Americans would call an A2 size card, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And not only does it fit into a regular sized envelope, but when you take it out it pops up. You get these little elements inside that move. And although if you can see there, it's on acetate, but the acetate wasn't cut properly, so I don't know if you can see it, but it's not quite cut round there properly, but never mind. I was really pleased with this. I just think it's beautiful, and I love the way that the elements move like that. It's just really, really nice. Please excuse me. There will probably be a lot of cuts to this video because we've all had COVID in the family. It's gone through the entire house and we're all fine, but we've been left with the most horrendous cough. So if there's a lot of cuts and edits to this video, I apologise in advance. It's just because I don't want you to hear me coughing all the way through. So what I've done is there's a little die cut on the front there. They got some shells in there. There are these two fish. That one a bit floppy. As you can see, I don't know if you can see down there, it's on some acetate, so they look as though they're it's like 3D effect. Excuse me. And then we have some little reeds in the background and another little fish stuck on there, and a few little clear decorations which I thought looked a bit like bubbles. So, and there was a sentiment that wasn't from that die set, because it doesn't come with sentiments, but I rummaged around in my stash and I found one that I thought would fit. Wishing you a warm and beachy kind of day. But I just think this is an absolutely gorgeous card, and I didn't think I'd be able to do it because I'm very loath to try anything new, especially anything that looks complicated, but I'll show you how to do it anyway. So first of all, you need to make a card like this, to have these bits sort of sticking out like that. There is another way to do it where you have these bits tucked in, but that's probably for another video. So if you want a card it depends on whether you want the aperture or the card widthways or lengthwise. It's entirely up to you. But for this one, I'm going to make what's called an A2 card. So the card is going to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this needs to be cut at 2 inches longer. So this is going to be 6 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that's what I've done. I cut 2 pieces at 6 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then on the long side, or the side that you've actually added the 2 inches, whether it's horizontal or vertical, it's up to you, you need to score at 1/2 inch and then 1 inch. Turn it around and do the same. 1/2 inch and then 1 inch. You do that on both of the pieces of card that you've cut. Right, so turn the card over. The score line that's furthest away from you, bend away from you like that. And the next score line down there, you bring towards you like that. Turn it round, do the same. Bend the furthest one away from you, and then the next one back towards you. And that is it. So what will happen is that we put these two pieces together, two pieces of card together to make the shadow box card, but there are some things to do before that. So what I tried to sort of, I got a beachy shellfish type of embossing folder, but what I should have done, instead of embossing that whole front, what I should have done is cut a piece 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 and then embossed that and then stuck that on the front. And then behind, it is good to have quite a few layers on this card, because it is going to be sort of squashed in and out of an envelope, so you do need quite a few layers. But as I did with this one, I don't know if you can see, so there I put a piece of card, I cut an aperture in a piece of card that's slightly smaller than the aperture on the white card. On this piece of card here, I cut out, excuse me, I used these. So I used the large one first to cut out that aperture, and then I got the blue card that you can see in there, and I cut the aperture with the smaller die, and when I fitted it behind there, I glued it on. That's what you see from the front, which I think looks really nice. But then I thought I would step it up a little bit, because I thought it was a shame, if you can see that I've used the porthole, I thought it was a shame to have that porthole and not use that on the card. So what I did, on this piece of card here, I cut out the porthole in the actual card. Then I got these two together and cut out another piece like that of the blue card, and that fit on the outside there. And then I got these two and cut those out, put them together like that, and cut those out using gold card, and that got the gold border there, which I think looks really nice. And I also used the gold card to cut out the anchor, but I also cut out an anchor using white card and then coloured it. I'm not sure what you think of that. I think I prefer the gold one. So I'll just put these back. Right, so I spent quite a bit of time yesterday die cutting the reeds and the fish. So there are two fishes. So these are the main pieces of the fish, and then you get other two bits that go on the top like that. I've just used black card for the top of these ones, and I just coloured them in using alcohol markers. You can use ink, you can use anything you like to colour in the fish, it doesn't really matter. I also cut out two trees and a little island, a little sandbank, using those. So that cuts out the sandbank and the two trunks of the trees, and these cut out the leaves. And then I just coloured them using alcohol markers. I don't know if you can see that. They look kind of cute. Because I was going to use the shells, but then I thought, you know, I'll just step it up a little bit and use something a bit different. So I don't know how many of these I'm going to use, but I cut out quite a few of the reeds and coloured them in different colours. And like I say, I'm not sure how I'm going to use them yet, but I'm going to have a go and see what happens. Right, so there's one, where's the other? So eventually the cards are going to be fit together like that. So they'll sort of bump up like that, which I just think looks really nice. And what I forgot to mention as well was I also made a background. So I'll show you the colours that I used. The colours that I used for the background: Uncharted Mariner and Speckled Egg. And I just used a large blending brush, blended them in together, and then splashed water on them and just let it dry overnight. And I think that would make a nice background. It's the kind of thing that I did on this, and I just think it looks nice, like proper underwater background. So that needs to be cut down to fit into there, so I'm going to cut it just shy of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And that should fit in there like that. It's about 1/8 of an inch all the way around short, just so it can fit in nicely. Try and make sure it's fairly straight, because it can still be seen from the top of the card when you're looking down into it. But it also needs room for those to bend over like that. So that's the background, and that's all of these, everything I'm using is being cut from 300 GSM paper or card, just to give it the strength that it needs. But I'll give that a little while to dry, but I think that's looking nice. Now I'm going to decide what I want to use. So this is cut, this sort of turned up underneath my desk. I don't even think I'm going to use that. That's from a different project altogether. I think what I'll do is I'll have a couple of these coming out of there, perhaps. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I mean, if you find you don't have enough die cuts, just cut out and colour some more. It's not the end of the world, it's no big deal. Right, before I do anything else, this is the bit that I don't like doing, because I might make a mess of it. So I'm going to have one of the die cuts there on acetate, like I have on the other one, and perhaps one a bit further up there. So I have to find out where they're going to go first. So they need to be quite far at the top. So I think what I'll do actually is I'll put a little pencil mark there, and perhaps have one a bit further up there. Right, I'll leave that to dry. Now, this is the bit that I struggle with. If, like me, you don't like using acetate much, you can use, you know, the little wobbler things that you can buy. You can put these on the back and just put them on, and they'll sort of wobble and move around as well. I think that would look quite nice. Right, so what I'm going to do is take the fish, and I'm going to stick the acetate onto the back of the fish like that. I think what I'll do actually is cut out another fish and have it on the back there, so it's sort of enclosed in. I'll just do that now. Right, I am going to put one piece on that side, and I'm going to put the other side on there, on top of there like that, so it has a bit more strength. You can see, you can't see it from either side. You can see a little bit of the glue there, but that shouldn't matter. Right, I'm going to leave that to dry, because what we're going to do, is that's going to be on there like that. That's going to be stuck onto that side like that. So I'm going to stick that on with some tape. It depends how far you want that to go in. Just make sure it's in the place you want it. However far out you want it to come. And then what you can do, turn it over and clip off that, and then use it for the other fish. Now just make sure it's straight, and then you can put the other side on of the fish. I think I should have made these fish in stronger paper, but never mind. And that can go on there like that. Again, I'll use tape. And as you're going along, just keep checking what it's going to look like when the card's put together. It should be okay. Right, now what I'm going to do is put another fish at the back. And some weeds up there. So what I'm going to do is just mark where I want the reeds to go. There. Shouldn't look too bad. And should I have a fish up there, do you think? Yeah, I think I'll have a fish up there in the background as well. So that's what it's going to look like. Now, before I close it, I'm going to put some decorations on. So I think that's going to look okay. I just wish I'd moved the background further up, cut it differently, so I could have the dark fading into the light. But never mind. Right, now what we can do... actually, before we start sticking this together, we do need to stamp the sentiment, because it would be very difficult to do it otherwise. So, I didn't have a sentiment that goes with that die set, but I did find one, I think it was from Temu. And it's got a couple of little things on. Hope you find a little paradise wherever you may be, wishing you a warm and beachy day. So I think I'll have that one this time. You don't, of course, have to stamp a sentiment. You can cut one out, you can die cut one, you can do it however you like. So now we are going to stick these two parts together like that. So I'm going to take off this sticky, put some glue on, and just try and get it as straight and as even as you can. Liquid glue is great for giving you that bit of wiggle room, but if you feel comfortable using tape or a glue runner or whatever, as long as it's strong, then by all means do that. Oh dear, I must have ink on my hands, it's gone a bit on there. So that's the first bit done. I mean, if you wanted to, when you've put the first part on, then you could start sticking your elements in, if you wanted to. Yeah, I've got ink on. Oh, what a shame. Never mind. They're going to my grandkids, and I'm sure they won't mind. And there's the card. Isn't that just so cute? So it goes into the card like that, comes out like that, and that fish should have been a bit further down because you can't quite see it, but I think it looks really nice. Oh, a couple of things I've forgotten. I'm going to put that on there like that. I think that would look really, really nice. Yeah, I like that. That looks really nice. That's cute. Right, should we or should we not have that on there? Or is it too much, do you think? I don't think I like that, to be honest. What do you reckon? I think I like it just like that. So if you wanted to, of course, decorate the front how you like, put your decorations on, anything you like, and there you go. Shadow box card. And I think that's really sweet, and I think it would be good with wobbles on those fishes as well behind them. But I just think that's really nice. Ooh, swimming. That's lovely, really lovely, and I love that can fit into a card and then bounces up, and that's what you're left with. To be honest, if you wanted, and I do suggest this, die cut another piece of card the same size as the background there and put it in the front. It will just give it a little bit more stability, like I have done on this one. I cut out the blue, put it in there, and then you've got the background in there. It just makes it a bit stronger. But I just think these are absolutely gorgeous. These are fantastic for kids. And with this die set, you can make all kinds of things. I saw a video where the lady made some absolutely beautiful shaker cards. I'm not a shaker card person. I'm not very good at making them. But honestly, even I'm tempted to have a go because she made it look so easy. So I'm not sure what you think of these. I'm not sure if you'd ever be tempted to have a go. But I just think they're absolutely adorable. I really do. I think they're a really nice, different kind of card. And I think my grandkids would absolutely love it. And to be honest, I'm not sure which one you prefer. But I prefer this with the smaller aperture, using the porthole, rather than like that massive one there. I think the big one needs a little bit more going on in the background. Make it look a bit more 3D, a bit more like an aquarium even. But I love this one. I think it's really nice. I think that just set it off nicely, having the palm trees and the little sandbank, the little island on the front. I think it's just lovely. So I would love to know what you think. I would love to know if you're going to have a go at this, if you've done anything similar, or if you have anything you'd like to share on my Facebook page, or even my own website. You can upload posts to my website as well. But please leave a comment, let me know which is your favourite. And I thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye now.